everybody. I am G. Williams. I am the founder of RUMEDI and also Black British Autistic. And today, if you don't remember anything I say, remember that you are sexy and that you are blessed. Okay? Just remember those things first. And this is all to do with my journey and remembering those words, sexy and blessed. I want to thank Tokeativity for inviting me here today. It is 11:17 here in the UK, and I'm G. Williams, and I'm so happy to be here because my journey started very, very, very tragically because I used to be blind, and a lot of people don't know this, especially when you hear me speaking like on Clubhouse and around on Instagram doing lives. A lot of people don't know I used to be blind. I was blind for 5 years. And with that, it used to be something like, what does that feel like being blind for 5 years? Totally alone, darkness, and then I regained my sight. How did I regain my sight? I had a condition called keratoconus, and now I live with 2 corneal transplants, so I can now see again. Okay, so forward on to that. I then became pregnant, and I had my son. Pregnancy was sort of okay. I have PCOS. I'm also the UK's #1 PCOS advocate as well. And I caught preeclampsia, and catching preeclampsia was just not great. So one day I went in for my scan with my son and my son's father at the time, and they looked at me and they said, "Oh, gee, Miss Williams, you're going to have the baby today." I was like, "What?" I was like, but I was there, and I was like, "It's okay. I'm sexy, and I'm blessed. This is going to be okay." Had my son, everything was fine. 3 weeks later, we're still in hospital. My son caught a condition called necrotizing enterocolitis, which was a gut flesh-eating bug. My son is 2 of 17 children that stayed here alive. So imagine, 15 children died. My son is 2 of the children that survived. I fought for my son. I'm still fighting for my son. And as we have this conversation, I'm going to tell you why. My son's name is Rume King, hence why the brand's called Rumedi. I am a herbalist, master herbalist, nutritionist, and I also study the hemp and cannabis plant. And I was thinking to myself, what do I call my brand? And it was Rume. It's my son, Remedy, Rumedi. Now, along this journey, last year, my mum passed away. She didn't pass away from COVID. She passed away from a stroke. She couldn't get the medical attention that she needed. And unfortunately, she had a triple stroke. This journey was hard because while I was in hospital for my son for 2 years, so imagine I was blind for 5 years, and then for 2 years, I had to live in hospital with my son. During that time, total career change, went into nutrition, went into herbalism, and then became a Canna mama. So the journey has been hard, but at the same time, it has helped me learn things while I was there for my son. But I was still sexy and blessed. So every day we used to wake up and they used to give me bad news. And they said my son wouldn't be able to walk, talk, and possibly eat. He has only 7 centimeters of his small intestine, and my son is on life support every night, including now, and he's in his bedroom with his nanny. She's also a nurse. So, a lot of people say, how do you do all this? And why do you do all this? It's because for my son. So last year, I said to myself, I have to bring this brand out, because I then found out that my son was autistic. And being released from hospital after 2 years, which was an amazing day, I knew my son was autistic. And I said to myself, okay, I started to study autism, what could help. Then I started to learn about the endocannabinoid system and also homeostasis. Now, I'm a ganja baby because my dad's a Rastafarian. So I've been having ganja smoke being blown in my face from since I was born and since I was released from my mother. It's nothing new to me. So being a Canna mama is something that's truly and dear to my heart. And I said to myself, right, studying nutrition, I have to help my son on this journey. I'm not going to allow medical professionals to dictate how I should feed my son and what I should be doing. So I started to formulating all the products that you see that is available on my website. Then I started to get into CBD, and it was like there were so many on the market, but I had to know which one was the best for my son, because I'm not going to give anything to my son that I wouldn't take myself. I had family in Ireland, partnered with my family in Ireland. We have a hemp farm in Ireland, and we are producing some of the best CBD oil available on the market now. Now, how did I get into Black British Autistic? Because I don't want to keep you all here because you're all sexy and blessed. And it was a 2-year battle. My son, it was time for him to go to school. I said, look, after 3 weeks of taking CBD, my son's meltdowns went. 3 weeks, he went. 2 months later, he started eating. This time, in the process, he was walking. Everything they said that my son couldn't do, my son does now. And he also talks, he signs, and he uses Macaton. It's just been an amazing journey. And for me, I said to myself, you know what? Starting Rumedi, especially after my mum died, pushed me even further to launch the brand. Now, I launched the brand on the 27th of January, and it has been a roller coaster with how many families have just contacted us, because in the UK, we are the first UK superfood brand focused at kids with autism, gut brain health problems, and also malnutrition. Now, this is filtered on to Black British Autistic because, as I said earlier, it was time for my son to go to school. My son had a really rough journey in the process, and they failed him. So I took my local authority to court. I am the first parent in 15 years to fight for my child and be sent to the upper higher court in the UK and win. My son is going to be attending school in September. I have been fighting his journey for 3 years now. He's going to be 6 next month. So when you're a Canna mama and you have this family around you of such powerful women, and you're here today listening to everything that everyone's going to say, remember, being a mum is the best thing that could ever happen to you. Whether you're human mum, dog mum, cat mum, you're going to fight for yours. And that is what I did. With the brand itself, Rumedi, so many people, there was so much stigma around CBD in the UK. And all it is about education, learning, listening. And that is what I've been advocating and also doing. So I always say this: do not be afraid to start again. Do not be afraid to just learn about something new. If you're afraid and you judge it, that's something that says, this is not for you. So I want to say to everyone in the room today, taking CBD oil has helped me significantly, because on the journey of finding out that my son was autistic, I then found out I was autistic. My partner is autistic. So I am a family of autistic people. So my partner's autistic, husband, my son's autistic, and I'm autistic. And we found this out after nearly 40 years and having my son. So I'm G. Williams. I am the founder of RUMEDII Superfoods for Children. I'm also the founder of Black British Autistic. And I am a Canna mama. And I'm here to listen to everyone else's story because you are all amazing. And I just want to say thank you for listening to my story. 7 years away, this year I'm back. My mother passed away. I have no fear. And I'm here to roar. Thank you for listening to me.